Yeah. We back again.
You already know.
This is Oval Office Discussions, aka Blinds Up. This your man with the plan, all day, rocking shit. Black, say Jack.
Hey, and your boy Trey Parlito.
Already, that's my main nigga on the trigger, and you know how we do shit. We just coming through, talk real bullshit, all day, every day. Let's get into these weekend stories. First off, I heard about I don't even know her name. It's kind of weird, kind of fucked up, foul. She got,
foul.
I guess she got date raped in the club in Atlanta, Club Opera to be exact. That's what I'm hearing. Shit's wild. That's wild. It's a wild story. I kind of watched the video. I couldn't really see much. It was a bunch of strobe lights going on and stuff like that. There was a bunch of yelling. She was yelling. But it looked like a party. But they say that she got something slipped in her drink, and old boy raped her on the dance floor. That's where I can't. That's wild to me. Like, whoa.
I'm still trying to process that.
I'm still trying to process it. I watched the video like 3 times straight, maybe like an hour ago. It's just like a 25-minute video, and yeah, I'm still trying to process it. It fucked me up. Like,
yeah, I can't make sense of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, it really just so there's 2 ways to look at it. If you take it as completely true, it's just fucked up the lengths people will go to try to get some ass. That you gotta go. You gotta really plan ahead, and also be really horny in the moment, because if you really plan ahead, you're trying to bring her somewhere safe to do it, not where you would get caught. So I don't even know how you plan that far ahead.
I don't even know how you go about that. Like, you're in the club,
just right there
on the dance floor. It's mad people here. DJ's pumping. That shit's wild. It's wild. But also, overseas now they're saying Chris Brown's got some R. Kelly allegations
more rape
going
stories
on. And as we were just discussing off the mic, I was saying I don't really know about this one, because I mean, he's had other stuff going on in the past and stuff like that. But it's funny that he just got all his masters. Now he owns all his music, and now he's got a big case going on. So
yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
Keep him from his money somehow. So that's amazing.
That's kind of crazy.
And he has a lot of music for him to own his masters. That is incredible feat.
I guess he's one of the youngest ever in history to own his masters. So I mean, we don't fact check here, so fuck that. But
it sounds like it would be true, and that's a great feat, and I think it's a good example.
For sure.
Good standard to set that, hey, now that you're coming into this game, even if you sign with somebody, you need to get ownership of what you create, because it's still you. You are still the creator. So.
For sure.
More importantly, I know last week you tried to blast Soulja Boy for talking all that shit. But as time has moved on, we've seen that a lot of the shit he's been talking is true. He's put a lot of people on.
I don't know about putting people on.
He's created things that have taken hold in the society.
Yes.
Ariana Grande just bit his flow in her last song.
Oh, here we go.
She bit the flow. So I just listened to the song that she just came out with. I think it's called 7 Rings, and it has like a bit of this, like, these are a few of my favorite things. Like, it has that flow in it, but in addition to that flow, it has this here is my swag. It also has that in it too. So she bites from both of those things.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I found was really interesting, that you take from this old, like, Christmas song,
and then
the other part of your flow is directly from Soulja Boy. So it's really, and it actually works. It works okay. Like, it's not like it's not a great song. It's not like a song that put me on or anything.
And
but
this is why
it's not a terrible song either. Like it works. Like what she's doing in the song works. So I think the melodies, I think that's what Soulja Boy really did. Like he created some great melodies. Like Like honestly, when he came out with that particular song, I wasn't really
Pretty Boy Swag?
Yeah, Pretty Boy Swag. I wasn't really on it.
Right.
What made me really like that flow and that groove was when Jeezy redid it and did Dope Boy Swag. It was just like a little remix he did after. That's what I listened to on repeat. I didn't really listen to Pretty Boy Swag, but the Dope Boy Swag that Jeezy did afterwards, that shit was awesome. Yep. It was, I listened to that shit all the time. So I'm not a Soulja Boy fan, but he does create things that make the culture better. So I can't really deny when he says like, "Yo, you need to give me my respect." And I never didn't give him respect because he got enough to me. He got enough respect, but he wanted more, and I understand where that comes from. I get where it comes from.
It's different than saying, "Nigga, you put me on." You didn't put me on. I usually
True. I don't really think he necessarily put anybody on. But he did create a lot for the culture. He definitely created things for the culture.
I use your beat, and
your flow. That was the biggest thing.
Maybe
the flow. Like when you use that flow,
you didn't write for me though. So
true. Exactly.
So if we can't, put our foot on niggas' necks that got ghostwriters and don't want to admit it, then I don't want to hear shit about that.
Ooh, good point.
I'm just saying. But also over the weekend I rewatched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
It's even better now, right?
Not once, but twice. I even gave it a rewatch with the children.
Even better
for that second time. I still not a fan. Still not a fan. It was okay, I guess. Again, off the mic, as I was saying, I kind of knew Uncle Aaron was the bad guy, like almost immediately.
And that's fine, though.
It was cool, though.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily. I don't think that takes away too much from the
I don't think they needed Peter Porker. I think that was kind of corny.
I thought it was hilarious, but yeah, I feel you.
But I mean, other than that,
maybe
they have a cartoon now.
Of what?
Of
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Is that who that is?
That's where he comes from, Miles Morales. So
okay, so maybe that's
so Marvel did this whole thing with their comics where they created this Ultimate Universe, which was separate from the main universe, and then allowed for the whatever writers they had to create these new stories. Right. And the Fantastic Four was different. Spider-Man was different. Like everything was a little bit different.
Okay, that's why Johnny Blaze was black and stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. Okay. So they diverted a lot from the main.
That's why Ghost Rider becomes the Spanish guy in the car.
That's actually the main universe, but that's just like, and also like in the main universe, like Iron Man's a black girl now. And there's like all this other stuff happening. Right. But in the Ultimate Universe, it was them literally trying to just recreate characters they already made. Mm-hmm. So that's where we got Miles Morales. We got an evil Mr. Fantastic. That's actually one of the best things that came out of the Ultimate Universe. But like, there's lots of things that happened that were good and bad in that universe. But that's where that came from. But as far as the Spider-Verse, the whole thing about all of that is all of those characters came from alternate versions of Spider-Man that they just they just experimented with what the character was and who it could be. And these are all the things that they came out with. Peter Porker, the Asian girl, Spider-Man Noir, Miles Morales, So I appreciate the fact that they explored Spider-Man in all these different ways. Right. And then they decided to bring it all into a movie. Now, for me, the excitement of it all comes from the fact that I've read the comics, where they go into like almost all of the versions of Spider People that they like have created. Like there's like such a long list of spider people that exist within this world, or within the Spider-Verse.
Right.
So then making a movie that just had a few of them in it was exciting for me, and I think they did a good job. But I definitely think if you're a bigger sort of like comic book nerd, it helps out a lot, the experience. But again, my review last time included my daughter, who's a DC fangirl. Right. As you know, as little as she knows about comics and all that, she's a DC fangirl, and she loved,
right.
It really touched her.
I mean, I would say I would have to agree with that, because I would say as little as my kids know about comics, they more lean to the DC side, but they loved the movie. We had company over, so it was a big movie night, popcorn and hot chocolate and stuff after sledding and stuff. And yeah, so the kids loved it and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just wasn't really into it like that. I thought it was gonna be better than that. But it was better than after the first time I watched it. So I do like it a little more. Damn, there was.
He's not really impressed.
I wasn't really. I don't know. I thought it could have been better. Like maybe I'm still not over Homecoming, because I thought Homecoming was great.
Yeah, I thought
that was amazing.
Again, for me, the past really good Spider-Man movies were based off how good the villains were. Yes. Because it helped you understand the character of Spider-Man better.
Did you see the trailer
But the villain in this one, it's Kingpin.
Right.
There's lots of other people there.
But what do you think?
I don't think, I think his motivation sort of makes sense, but they didn't really build on him as a villain. Yeah. So I think that, at least compared to the other really good Spider-Man movies, that's the one thing that I say is lacking, is that.
But what do you think about if
that character development?
If they made it because what do you think about him in Daredevil, the show?
I thought Kingpin as a villain, right. He's an amazing villain.
But I'm saying, my question was gonna be if let's say they had made. Because, in the new Spider-Man, they got Mysterio.
Yeah.
And
the new trailer looks amazing.
Yes, the new trailer looks amazing. But let's say they had used Kingpin for the movie instead of Into the Spider-Verse, right? I mean, it could have still been Into the Spider-Verse and just been a live-action movie. And I think that.
It's possible. It's less possible than the way that they did it, because it's all these different styles, So
I don't know.
I think it's still. Did it, I think it's still possible. It's just more difficult.
I was gonna say
because you're able to
they would have been
completely
able to Peter Porker.
Yeah, they would have had to, or he would have to be completely animated, and that would have been a little. difficult.
I don't know. He could have been CGI.
But to me, that's the same thing. I just mean that, he still would have been it would have been closer to Roger Rabbit,
right.
Than trying to.
You watched the
Jungle
new
Book
season
or
of
something.
Punisher?
Oh my god!
I'm kind of mid-season right now.
Woo!
Fire.
Yeah, so I finished the whole thing. Man,
it's fire.
Oh man,
it's fire.
The Pilgrim. That dude's
crazy. He's something else. Yeah. His presence. It's something else.
Just his presence. Yeah. He doesn't have to do anything violent in the scene.
He doesn't have to say anything.
And he's just so intimidating.
Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah. It's crazy, his presence.
And I'm not going to lie. You should be intimidated.
So,
because, if you see, right, you're in this city life, it's busy. And then this guy that doesn't even live with electricity is just around. Wait, who is this guy? See, I don't trust. Insane. I don't trust things like that.
When he was at the police station talking to the police chief, trying to talk this nigga down, yo, you don't know who I am.
Wait, he wasn't.
You don't know who I am.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing: you can just do what I want. Or you can deal with the consequences. I don't really give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I need to do regardless
of how you feel about it. So
you make your choice. My choice has already been made.
Yeah, no,
like,
that was fire.
It's insane. Like,
no, that was fire.
Yeah, no. So I think that just speaks to the fact that when you have great villains, it makes the story so much better because you're not just focused on the hero. You also want to know like what his adversary is going to like do. Because like when you see the fact that like he left his wife and she said, "Hey, the last thing," a little bit of a spoiler alert. The last thing I want to see before I die is you. His motivation is that powerful. Right. You understand how powerful his motivation is to do what he needs to get done.
Wait a minute.
So like that.
What episode is that on?
I don't think he's. So that's why I said spoiler alert. You might not have gotten there yet.
Because I was gonna say, I think
if you're only halfway through, you probably haven't gotten there yet. But you will see that, but you already understand the relationship he has with his wife.
Yeah,
and it just. It just builds off of that it builds off of, hey, like, he loves his wife, he loves his family, he loves his life that he created, and he wants to continue to do that. But the people that gave this to him are the people that are sending him off on these missions as well.
Right.
So he wants to keep them happy because they gave him something he wanted and he loves. But it's also him, like, sort of dialing into, like, his past life when he was really violent and all these things. So
got you.
They're using that, obviously, to their advantage. But just the way it plays out is just, in the season, it's just so good.
Right.
It is so, like,
yeah,
John Bernthal is the Punisher. There's no other Punisher.
Oh, yeah, no way. No, he's the guy.
His grunt.
No,
his grunt is amazing, yo.
No, he don't even have to do that. Even when he's running, I was just saying that today when I was watching it earlier. I'm like, why does he even do that when he's just jogging? You're not even going nowhere.
His grunts are amazing.
Amazing. I think, you know what? I think I remember him doing that a couple times on The Walking Dead when he was on that show. I
very vividly remember him on that show. He's probably grunted a couple times. There's no way he didn't grunt, but it wasn't the Punisher grunt.
No, it was.
The Punisher grunt is so distinct.
Like when he was doing it,
there's no way I could.
When I was watching it earlier, no, but it's a running scene. There's one scene. It's a running scene, but he's like,
there's one scene that I like vividly remembered after watching The Punisher. It's when he shoots this dude Otis in the leg and leaves him for the zombies, and then scoots off because he was injured. That's the reason he like did that to that dude.
Right.
Because he was like, I'm not gonna outrun these dudes, but if I leave this motherfucker,
right.
So that I remember vividly, and maybe he's grunting in that scene, but that's not what like. It was just the fact that he fucking shot this dude in the leg, and he just kept it moving like a G.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he's been that dude, because Walking Dead was the first time I seen him. I hadn't really seen him before before that. So he might have been, but I definitely didn't notice him before The Walking Dead.
I'll have to do a little bit of fact checking behind that.
Yeah.
Because I know I seen him before Walking Dead. I just can't remember off top. Also, damn, I know I seen something else other than The Punisher that I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah, The Punisher was good. What else came out this weekend? I watched Saturday Night Live. That was
what they
fun.
had popping on there.
It was Rachel Brosnahan, which if you don't know who that is,
say, who the hell is that?
Yeah, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Okay.
You probably heard of that at least if you haven't watched it.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's a pretty good show. It's on
heard
Amazon.
It's been a good show.
It's definitely like for lack of a better term, it's definitely like a white person show or a white people show because it deals with a lifestyle that I definitely am not familiar with or wouldn't be familiar with if I didn't deal with white people in my lifetime. Because it's about like Jewish people and how affluent they are and how much money they have and all this shit. But, it's a very funny show. she's really like her character on it is really great. They show her boobs at one point. I know that shouldn't be like a selling point, but
that's always a selling point.
But it is, and her boobs are awesome. But her just as a character is really good. So when they put her on Saturday Night Live and she plays all these other characters, it works out well.
That's cool.
Yeah, it works out well.
But boobs have been selling points since God knows when.
Yeah.
I remember when in the 80s, all the horror movies.
There had to be boobs.
There was like.
There had to be boobs. Why else are we showing up for this horror movie?
Right? That they even called it an obligatory tit shot.
Mm-hmm. Obligatory. Got to.
Like, you got to.
Got to.
Straight cash.
I mean, that it became part of the whole meta of horror movies of, like, there's the virgin. Like, sex just had to be a big part of what horror movies became. But, like you said, it's because sex sells, and if that's what you expect out of a horror movie, then yeah, you know what you're gonna get. So
there it is.
Yeah. Boobies.
Also, we got MK11 coming up. I don't know.
The fatalities.
Since I watched the live stream, I kind of can't wait for it because the gameplay looks fire. They got some new characters. They got a lot of old characters. My man Cabal is in it, so can't wait for that. They haven't even released him yet, though. To be honest, it just was like a little sneak peek of him running across it. No.
He's a blindfold dude, right?
No. Cabal's the guy with the two. That's my guy though, Kenshi.
Okay.
Cabal's the guy with the two swords that are hooked at the end with the goggles.
Okay. Yep.
He and it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't even like they released them or nothing like that. I think, was it Ed Boon? I know it was one of the guys that makes the game. Mm-hmm. They were talking, and then on the big screen you seen him like run across, but you can only see that it's him kinda if you slowed it down in slow motion, and that's how you see him running across the screen, like that move that he does when he runs past you and you spin and shit. Yeah. So that's kind of what he did on the screen. So can't wait to see how that comes out. The fatalities look bananas.
They're always crazy, and they can only get better because they're just like, how graphic can you make this?
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's
like,
what they
even
go
now,
for.
like this one, they have this feature called Fatal Blow, where you can only use it one time, or you can only use it in one round, and your power is like low, right? And then you can get the other person's power low, and then use your fatal blow. Bro, you can take like half their power with that fatal blow. That John is serious business. And then they would like off of that, cause like somebody used, so they're gonna have, I don't know if they're gonna have two versions of Raiden, cause
the evil and the good one.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely have Dark Raiden. That's for sure. I think
because he's evil now.
I think everybody's gonna have their dark version on, because in the trailer it has Dark Katana and Dark Liu Kang and Dark Shao. What's his name? Kung Lao.
Okay, Kung Lao.
You could buy the expansion pack, collector's edition. That's what I was looking for. You can buy the collector's edition, and it'll come with Shao Kahn.
Okay.
Because I think if you buy the regular, I think the only characters you get are Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Sonya, Scarlet, this new character named Garrus. Was that the only ones? Raiden. basically.
All these like special packs, I feel like they're kind of stupid. I
definitely. Feel
I understand the purpose of them is to get more money out of
that's it.
people, but like, I just think they need to do something more worthwhile because these extra packs and shit, it's just stupid. Like, you're just taking things out of the game so that you can charge people for them.
Yeah.
Like, you obviously made them for the game, so just put them in the game. Like, I think the only way these things should be used is if you create a whole game and then after the game's created and you released it, if you think of some new shit to add to it, then you can charge money for it. Because two ways. One, it gives people incentive to keep working on the game after they finish the complete game. And two, it's just like, like as a consumer, I don't want to pay for shit you created for the game.
True.
You made this shit for the game. You just don't want me to have it just so you can try to get my money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like that
buy
is
DLCs?
literally stupid. I do buy DLC, and that's what I mean. Like it's difficult because good DLC helps produce better material for a game.
Right.
But bad DLC is just them taking stuff out of the game and charging you for it. Like, that's what bad DLC is. Like, it's like, yes, we had this idea when we decided to make the game, but we felt this idea was so good, we needed to charge you extra money on top of the game you bought. Like the whole game is your idea. Why keep ideas out of the game just to charge people money for it? Like, that's not good. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, I agree.
But I also understand on the other side of it, like as a developer or a company, like the more money you make, the more you can create and the more chances you can make and the more experimenting you can do, which is great. I think that's great for gaming when they, give developers who have crazy ideas, like, you know what, let's just see what this goes. Like, they need to have those big tentpole games to be able to do those things. So I'm not completely against it. I just think they need to do it a little bit smarter because so much of this like extra DLC shit is just useless shit. It's just completely useless shit. And
sometimes I agree.
Too often is how I feel about it. It's just too often is. And like Fortnite's a big contributor to that because
don't Fortnite me.
I mean, obviously it's not a game that I love. I've played it before. I will probably play it again at some point. But it's a free to play game, but it makes so much money because all the extra content you can buy for it.
Yeah.
So that is a
that's
model
that's
been set up.
It's
a model that's been set up that's now being copied by lots of other people. They're like, hey, but the difference is like with Call of Duty is probably the biggest competitor to Fortnite right now. Is you have to buy Call of Duty.
Right.
If you want all the extra stuff, there's a
$45,
which only used to be $40. So it's a little anyway. There's a $40, blackout patch you can buy for extra maps and extra shit. Mm-hmm. And on top of that $100 you've already spent, they're like, hey, we have all this other stuff you can buy as well. And I get it because that's what Fortnite does and they're very successful with it. But the reason that's successful is because people didn't already spend $100 before they got to that point. Right. So as a company, Activision and Call of Duty, they need to realize like if you're going to do that extra shit, you can't be charging for all this other stuff that you used to make money off of because you can't make money off of both. You can only get so much of people's money, and you need to take one approach or the other.
Right.
Either take it all at the beginning, because if the approach was different, I would have bought the Blackout Pass because I've bought it in the past for Call of Duty games.
I think all of the games should just be like Grand Theft Auto,
Exactly.
If you have a DLC, put it out.
Just keep upgrading the game without
And
charging people more money.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I just turned my Grand Theft Auto on.
You don't gotta charge anybody anything extra.
Yesterday. Just turned it on yesterday. From God knows.
They did the same thing.
It's like I still got my club
for money or whatever. Like you can do
Grand
that.
Theft?
You know what? It's just it's allowed. Like you can like buy money in the game. I think that's fine.
But the DLCs are free. Though.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like they give you a reason to keep playing the game.
Yeah.
And if you want to spend more money, you can.
You can. Right.
But you don't have to enjoy the game. But that's what keeps people coming back to that particular game. I think that game is a great example because the community is very specific to that, and they're going to keep coming back and playing that game. If they started it, they're going to just keep doing it. I think that's true for other titles, but I think they do it the best way because like you said, the DLC is free. Like they add stuff and you don't got to do anything for it.
Right.
But if you want this or this or this or this, which is all extra stuff that doesn't affect the game any way, shape, or form, it's just I don't want to waste time building up money. Let me just buy some money. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
Because the money is only a way to experience more of the game. That's not like that. Other than that, it doesn't like help you play the game.
Right.
So.
Right.
Which is always great, and a lot of the Fortnite and Call of Duty, they are doing that where it's all like cosmetic stuff. It's not like, and a while ago they used to like have guns behind like a paywall and stuff, and sometimes those guns were better than the guns that came with the game. So it was like literally pay to win. You could pay to get a better gun and then fuck people up with it.
Right.
So I'm glad that they're not doing stuff that changes the game. It's all cosmetic, but I still think you gotta do it the right way. You can't be like charging for these extra maps and charging me like $1 to buy a fucking reticle. Now, granted, I'm not buying any of that shit.
That's a sight on the gun for you laymen.
Yeah. But like charging people for shit like that is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that
when
is.
When you're also charging for all this other stuff that is supposed to keep people playing the game. Like, do one side to keep people engaged, and do another part that's the market. Like you can't. Like So I think in the future, Call of Duty is going to be better, but this year they definitely did not.
I think they just did
put their best foot forward.
No, I think they just did what they did because Fortnite is on the wave, and so they needed to hop on the wave right quick so everybody don't forget about Call of Duty, and they had to have because they were dropping Black Ops 4 regardless. So because they were dropping Black Ops 4, but there's a whole new wave of war gaming now. They said, "Oh no, let's hurry up. Let's get on this wave right quick." So then, our core fans that say, this is it, and even their core fans are gonna come over to us because obviously we've been out longer than Fortnite and PUBG and H1Z1, and so. Because we've been out longer than them as far as war games go, you're gonna come and play Black Ops. Period. You're gonna play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
If you're a war gamer, and so
that's true.
a lot of their core fans came over to Black Ops 4 and was like, "Oh shit, we could do the same thing we could do on Fortnite. We here. It's lit." So
that was definitely their strategy. Just I don't know how well it worked out because. For me, both the Blackout mode, which is their like battle royale Fortnite mode, and also the multiplayer, both are getting stale way sooner than the game normally gets sort of old. Cause like Black Ops 3, I played that for the whole first year, like without a problem, and then the next game came out. And normally that's when you move to the next one, but the next game wasn't that great. But Black Ops 3 was still fun enough that I played it for a whole another year. So I played that. I played the
Ops
game that
3,
usually only
and
has like
then
a.
what came out after that? Advanced Warfare?
No, it was Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare.
Right before it was Advanced Warfare. That was the first one that had like all the
Right.
super jumping and
Yep.
crazy movement.
Yep.
And then it was Black Ops 3, which they tried to dial it back a little bit. I think they did pretty well with it, but it still had like you can like wall run and shit like that.
Yeah.
But then the next one, Infinite Warfare, went right
Yeah,
back to the
Infinite
super
Warfare.
jumping
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then right after that, they went
Was
back
World War
to
II.
World War II.
That's
they
fire.
They took it all away.
Nah, but that
They're
was
like,
fire.
This is the direction we're gonna go.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
you know what? Let's go all the way back.
Yeah, nah.
I'm fine with that
Because
you
World
know,
War
I
II
don't
was
think it was
fire.
that
I'm
bad.
still playing that right now.
When it first came out, I wasn't really all that interested in it, but after some of the updates I've heard about
It's
like
fire.
how it improved,
Valkyrie
I was like,
map
oh.
is fire.
I was like,
the
oh, maybe I
sandbox,
should check it out.
the sandbox map is fire.
Because I liked Advanced Warfare, that Sledgehammer that made that one, and
Yeah.
they're the same ones that made World War II. So
Okay.
I feel like they are a good studio. I
Yeah.
think they can make smart moves when they're making this game. But Treyarch, which is who makes Black Ops,
yep.
they're obviously the best
Right.
because every game they've ever come out with, I played, and it's been awesome. So, I think Black Ops 4 is pretty good. I just wish they would stop fucking with it, but I don't think that's gonna happen till the next time they do it again. But
We'll see, eh?
yeah, games is getting crazy. Not really other games really out coming out. Kingdom
yeah.
Hearts is coming out.
Oh yeah,
at the end of the month.
I just seen that commercial today. Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts.
people have been waiting on that for a while. I'm
Not a fan.
yeah, I was gonna say I played the first one, but I didn't get that into it. But like my cousins,
The first wait. The
My
first
cousins
one way
really
back
got
on
into
what? Super
PlayStation.
Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. I wish the game was that old. No, but
Nah, PlayStation. You're right.
yeah, I think it was just a regular PlayStation. Honestly, I don't even really remember. It must have been the first PlayStation though. I don't think it was PlayStation 2.
No, I
it was
don't
the
think so.
first
Yeah,
one.
I think you're right. I think it's the first PlayStation.
But yeah, they had all the little sequels and
Yep.
Game Boy Advance games and all whatever came out. But it's definitely a good series. I just didn't really keep up with it. But the people that do love it, they fucking love that shit. They fucking love Kingdom Hearts. So it's definitely a big game coming out this month. Really, as far as movies, I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for Captain Marvel.
Obviously.
I'm waiting for Avengers.
Obviously.
Spider-Man all
Shazam.
coming out. Yeah, Shazam looks like it's gonna be fun. How great? I don't think
Black
it's gonna
Adam.
be. I don't think it's gonna be a great movie, but it does look like it's gonna be fun. And I think.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be fun. I don't think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a great movie. I was just watching another trailer. Of
I just don't know.
Today. I was like,
I'm waiting for the next trailer to show some action
yeah.
because we didn't get to see
I don't think
any
it's gonna
fighting
be
in the
really.
first
I
one.
don't really think
It
it's
just
gonna
looked
be.
funny. you know,
I don't
so-
really think it's gonna be too much action in it. I think it's gonna
They
be
got-
more.
It has to be big. Here's the thing.
Nah.
Shazam is magical
Right.
Superman.
Right.
So the action has to be huge.
But I don't think.
But we'll see. But it really depends.
But
on how
because
they,
but
how they
because Black
decide to
Adam
do
is
that.
also coming out this year, that's the only reason why.
It's
I would
so
say.
weird. That's so weird to me
I
that
think
they're
so too,
giving a villain his own movie, and it's a villain that like.
Well, I mean, they got.
If
a
you're
Joker
not
movie.
into comics, nobody knows.
I
Who
mean,
Black
they got a Joker
Adam
movie
is.
coming out this year too. So
Also very weird
why?
because
Joker should have been had his own movie.
who is the Joker without the Batman?
I mean,
Who,
yeah,
who
but,
is he
but
without the
everybody's
Batman?
been, I guess, after Heath Ledger, his
Mhm.
rendition of the Joker. I guess everybody's been begging for a Joker origin story. So here we
If
go.
it was okay, I can sort of agree that if it was based off that Heath Ledger Joker, because here's the thing, that whole movie starts off with the Joker scene, and that shit's amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
It's
After that, yeah.
that is enough to be.
I'm
like,
gonna
yes,
go home and watch
Let
that,
me just
actually.
watch this.
Yeah.
Let me just watch this character because he's that good. So if you're trying to recreate that
You
with
won't.
I mean,
You
Joaquin
fail.
Phoenix, he's the closest that could do something like that because he's a moody actor. He's very weird. He could get into that space maybe.
Leonardo could do it.
But
Johnny Depp could do it.
I don't know about Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp can go some weird places. I don't know if he can go that place. Like, I've never seen him as sadistic. I've seen him as weird and some crazy things.
Brad Pitt could do it.
I don't know if he could do crazy. Brad Pitt could do it. I agree with that. But we've never seen him go that far. So we really gotta...
You ever seen the movie California?
California.
With him and Juliette Lewis?
I don't think so.
And they play serial killers.
California. Okay.
California with a K.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look that up. But
but
again, I submit to his acting prowess. The fact that he could do it.
I think his name is Earl.
I think he could do it. I just haven't seen him do anything like that.
I think his name is Earl Wright.
So. Sounds like a serial killer's name.
Right. and his country. That movie right there, and it came out in the 90s. Mm-hmm. California with a K. Okay. That movie right there is when I said he can do anything.
This motherfucker's crazy.
He's not country at all.
and that's what I mean. Brad Pitt is very capable. So I think him, Leo, definitely up there as far as being able to do something amazing.
And then he did that movie Snatch.
That was good.
Where you couldn't understand
one thing he was
nothing
saying,
he said.
Whole performance is so amazing.
I gotta take a shake
without understanding anything he says. It's amazing. Yeah.
I gotta take a shake.
And that's what I mean. Like, he can do a whole lot, but I still think I think Joaquin Phoenix is gonna do good in his. I mean, his trailer
that I seen.
I don't know if the movie's gonna be good. I don't know what the movie's about. And it's very difficult for me to even understand.
It's like the origins.
What you can make a movie. Here's the thing. There's no origin for Joker. That is his big thing.
Yeah, true. But they're making one.
Like the one made up origin for him seems like pretty good. Like it seems like a pretty good origin.
I think that's
but it's still made up because when they got to the end of explaining that, they were like,
it's fake.
The Joker was like, yeah, I'm so crazy, I don't even know what my actual origin is. I've created so many in my head, I don't know what the real one is. That could have just been the one that I created when I just told you.
Right.
That's how crazy I appreciate that more than him actually having an origin and me understanding it.
Right.
Because him being, understandable, I don't know if that makes sense. That's not exactly what.
But it don't matter because
him not being understood, is a big part of who he is to me. Right. Is that he's so unpredictable because you don't even know where he's coming from. That's what makes him so unpredictable. Is you don't know what his basis of anything is. Like, if you understand that he used to have a family and that's what made him crazy,
right,
then you can maybe understand why he does the thing that he does.
See.
But when you don't understand where he comes from, that's what makes him so dangerous.
Yeah, no, true.
Because you have no clue what he's going to do at all.
But, like I said, they're going to try to give him an origin story.
And that's what I think is dangerous, and that's why I think, again, that's why I think Joaquin Phoenix is a good choice because he is that capable of an actor.
Yeah.
But I'm just worried about what it is that they're trying. I feel like it's like the Venom movie. Which I still haven't seen. Still don't.
Pretty good.
It's just hard for me to sign on to a movie like that because, again, this villain is very specifically
that's what I didn't like about it.
Connected to the hero that created his existence.
That's what I didn't like about the movie.
Make a movie that's just about him, it has nothing to do with that hero.
But they say
what is his real purpose?
But they said that they said in the comics, Venom did have his own little stretch, which did take place in San Francisco, and if that's
He had his own series, but that happened afterwards.
So if that's the case, it was after. That is why this one took place in San Francisco. They do point out.
I'm not against them doing a Venom movie,
They do point out Spider-Man.
Yeah,
They
because they, just like you said, because they made the comics. I'm not against there being a Venom movie. My only issue is that this movie is not based around Spider-Man whatsoever.
Right. No whatsoever.
Which
right,
is
right. As it should
a
be.
problem.
Right.
At when you go into the long term of who the character is going to be.
Right.
Because if he doesn't start off as an enemy of Spider-Man,
then who is he?
Who can he grow into?
Right.
And if you're like, okay, well, he's still gonna grow into the character we already know. Well, how can he do that if he's not based off Spider-Man?
Right.
Like it's not like
that part doesn't make sense to me either. And I agree with that.
And it's the same thing with the Joker. Like the Joker, what makes him powerful is that at least the only thing we know about him is that when we are introduced to him, it's because he's going against the Batman. Every time we see the Joker and he has any significance, it's because he's going directly against Batman. It's not just because he's a character.
That's what I wanted to say.
So I think in both
that's
cases,
the movie. Now that you brought up Batman, now I remember. So the other night when I was here, or the last time, and Rich was here, and he was talking about the Reign of the Supermans. Did you see that?
He watched it. I haven't watched it yet.
That actually was pretty fire.
But I read the comic that it's based off, so I have a pretty good idea of what the story is based off.
I liked the story. I liked how all the Justice League died right there. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. And had Superboy Prime and Metal Superman and all other different renditions of Superman.
Steel,
I thought that Steel.
Superman.
Yep. I thought all of that was dope. Tonight before I go to sleep,
the Eradicator.
I'm gonna try to watch.
Is he in there?
Death of Superman.
Is the Eradicator in there?
The Eradicator.
If they did it, and again, I didn't watch it, but if they did it like they did in the comics, the Eradicator, he looks like a clone of Superman, but he has like a different suit on. But he looks almost exactly like.
He has the black and silver suit on.
That is the reincarnation of the
Kal-El. Okay, okay.
That's the black and silver suit. Did he have a mullet? I'm guessing. Oh, they gave him the mullet
with the scruff, with the scruff face.
The black and silver suit with the mullet.
Yep, with the scruff face.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's the original, like Superman with the mullet. That's where that like. It shouldn't be a thing, but because it became a thing and it was like, incredible when they did it, it's like such an iconic like version of Superman. The black and silver suit with the mullet
with the scruff
is like he's
like he's a regular guy, and that's the thing. I think
great. It's one of the best versions of Superman they've ever shown, and he has a mullet, which is blasphemous, but it's fine because he fucking pulls it off. He pulls it off great. But no, the original Reign of Superman, it was Superboy Prime, like you said. It was Steel, Android Superman, and then the Eradicator.
He might have been in there.
Maybe it's the Vindicator. I think it's the Eradicator. But anyway, it's just a version of Superman that like. He's like immune to kryptonite, and it's just like a weird version of Superman.
Matter of fact, I think
these are the four.
He might have been there.
But those are the four that like came after Superman died,
right?
And they were like, which one's the real Superman?
Right.
So
that he might have been in there because that is a part of the story, like who is the real Superman and shit like that. So he might have been in there because Superboy Prime is like Luthor's half son and half Superman. So it might have been all in there. But what a hell of a show! Hour and a half in,
Superman,
damn near 2 hours in, ending on the Superman note. That's a show.
Yeah,
that's a fucking show.
Yeah, we went through it all.
Gone through it all.
All the good shit from this past weekend.
And then ended with Superman and Joker. That's a show. Yeah, man. I mean, till next time, and the fucking bottle is pulled up, and the weed is rolled up. This your main nigga on the trigger. BLAK, that's that man, Black Say Jack. And I'm chilling right here with my guy, Trey Paulito.
You already know. Trey in the house.
And this is Oval Office Discussions, AK Blinds Up. We out.
Alright, peace.